Hey, this is Stephen A. Williams, President and founder of the CreditRepairShop.com. And in today's video, we're going to talk about debt settlement companies, and specifically national debt relief. And the reason why I want to talk about this is that there's number one, a lot of confusion and a lot of, I don't know what to call this, but a lot of fees and shenanigans that are going on with this specific company. And what made me want to make this video, because I mean, how a company does their business, that's their business. You know, companies have a right to make money. I'm not against that.
Returning visitor.
But what I am against is the confusing the customer on what they're actually paying for. When you come to us for credit repair, this is what you're paying for. Like if you say, Steve, what's the bottom line? You're paying us to dispute to the bureaus, you're paying us to dispute and do validations to the furnishers, the people who place information on your credit reports. And then if it goes to the next step, you're paying us to try to negotiate, to send negotiated settlement offers to the creditors that you might owe money to try to get a discount. That's what you pay us for. With national debt relief, they
New visitor.
the whole reason why national debt relief exists is that people who have too much credit card debt and they having trouble making the minimum payments or just tired of making the payments because they don't believe they're going to pay them off, they go to companies like these, and these companies are supposed to settle your debts for less than what you owe and making you be able to go live happily ever after that. But we all know that it is not as sold, and it's even a lot different now than it was even when I made my video a few years ago pertaining to national debt relief. So this all came about from a potential client that came to our office, and she said that she was in a debt relief program. When clients come to us, we tell them, if you're in a chapter 13, we want you to finish your chapter 13 and then come to us for credit repair. If you're with a debt relief program or consolidation or something like that, finish that out and then come to us. And well, she was like, hey, I have some concerns because I don't know exactly what I'm paying for with this. They're saying that they're settling debts, but it seems like I'm going to end up owing more, or I'm going to be owing more money, or I'm going to still be owing money when they're done settling all my debts. I said, that's impossible because number one, the way these companies are set up is that they take your payments in. You stop, what they want you to do is you stop paying your credit card company. So if you got four credit cards, your payments are 500 a month. They want you to stop paying them, and they'll figure out some amount that you can afford, 350, 400 a month. They try to save you a little money to give you some relief, and then you pay them into an escrow, and then that escrow is supposed to build, and then they're going to contact the credit card companies and offer them settlements, and they're going to keep the difference in between. Well, it looks like they've added some things to it that make it to where number one, they make a lot more money, and number two, it's putting some people into a bad situation. And let me explain. So no, now the first thing that caught my attention was that they had these global fees, and you can see they got these fees set up here, and they do it. They do that every month, 985. And then you can see the deposits. These were the deposits that she was making into the account. You can see that it was building up an escrow. And then what they would do is at some point, they're going to contact one of the creditors and they're going to try to do a settlement on them. Well, number one, it was very confusing to her because she felt like they were actually taking money, and when they did settlements, it was like she owed $800 and the settlement was like $700. She was like,
New visitor.
am I really saving? Because I got to pay these fees to this company also. And I was like, okay, let's check out everything. Let's get them on the phone, and let's just see how this is all working. And then I had asked her, have them send you documents of everything that you paid them so we can try to figure this out. And she stated that, and from the documents that they sent, that she owed The overall credit card debt was about $8,100, $8,100. And I was like, okay, how much have they settled? And they said that they've settled all of them. And we looked at the settlements on them, and they were like 75%. None of them were anywhere around the percentage rate that we would have thought that they would have been at being a debt settlement company. Usually maximum 50%. But what I thought after that is I said, okay, they must be tacking on their fees. So it looks like it's 70%, but it's probably they settled for 30, 40, 50%, and then they tacked on 25%. So we said, okay, well, can you tell us what you settled the amount for? And they refused to do that. They said that they cannot disclose that, which is kind of odd because if you were going to an attorney or any debt, to myself, we would number one tell you what they settled it for. We wouldn't try to hide that information from you. So this is you can see here. These are her amounts that she put in, and then it has uh, the some one of the settlements here with the charge off with Synchrony Bank. And I asked her, when we looked at this with what she actually owed Synchrony Bank, it was there. Look at the amount here. You got 458, and then you got 1,300. And I was like, well, how much did you owe them? And she said it was only, when we looked at the sheet, it was $2,000. And I was like, whoa. So this is not looking right. It looks like that they're, eating up a lot of fees every time that they make a settlement. And then the next thing we looked at is I said, okay, let's do some numbers. Let's add
Returning visitor.
how much have you actually paid in payments to them? And we added it up, and it was $3,779. Now, I don't expect a company to try to be in business, and if they're going to settle the debts for 50%, they got to make their money. And so we I was like, okay, so you're going to be into this a lot longer. But when we looked at her paperwork, it said that they had settled three additional debt. Yeah, two additional debts. So she had one and then two other ones that were settled. And I said, okay, let's look at the amount of money that you had put in. And then if you look at what they settled them for, you didn't have enough money. And then that's when she said, oh, what happened is they called me out of the blue and said that they got me a loan with a company called Liberty Lending. And I was like, did you mean that they got you a loan and you didn't even know about it? She said, yes, I did not even know about it. And I said, well,
Returning visitor.
they had to disclose it to you some way. And after some thinking, she said that they said that they had to do that to be able to finish out her settlements. And I was like, are you sure? Because if they're if the whole reason for going to them is to get out of debt, why would they go and get you a loan so you would get into more debt? It just doesn't make any sense. And I said, well, how much did they go get? And she said, well, they said up to $5,000. I said, what do you mean up to $5,000? You have to know. Don't leave it up to them. And then when we got them on the phone, we kind of asked them what did they go and get, and they actually got $2,000. So she settled with a $2,000 loan at 21% to pay off other debts that would have been able to be paid off from her money. So I said, okay, uh, not wanting to upset her, I said, where are you? We asked them, she had me on the phone with them and gave me permission to talk to National Debt. And I said, well, where is she at? How much money does she have in her account? And what is the last creditor that she has left? She had a Capital One account that was still left. The amount that was owed on that for the charge off was $1,632. The amount that she still had in her account was $1,262. $1,262. And so we said, how is that possible? And what they did, this is where it really gets concerning to me, or another concern, is that what they actually did is they commingled the $2,000. And the reason why I believe this on my personal opinion, and this is her opinion, is that they did that So they were able to take out the fees. Because I don't see any other reason why. If she only has an account for $1,632, shouldn't all of her money have been used before that? Uh, before you went and got $2,000. Why wouldn't you use all of her money and let her recoup and let her make a decision on if she wanted to go get a loan for 2,000 or up to $5,000? Why would you do that? And then so we kind of left it there because she had one account left. She has, and that account with Capital One is $1,632. She has in her reserve $1,262. So we said, why aren't you settling that debt? If you look at the percentages that you've settled them for, this should be settled. And they said that they haven't accepted an offer yet from them. So I
Returning
said,
visitor.
can she tell you what she wants to offer Capital One? And they said yes. And I told her, make the offer to Capital One, demand that they make that offer. And we said a $400 offer. And then I said, if they settle for $400, how much does the money that's left out of the 1262, does that go to her, or is that going to go to pay down this $2,000 loan, or is it going to go into your pocket for fees? When I asked that question, all of a sudden they did not want to even talk to us anymore. The person said that they're going to have a supervisor call back. The representative said that the representative said she does not feel comfortable talking to me about my potential clients' debt that she has with them, with the company that they're uh, getting stuff that's supposed to be handling this for. And I said, she's sitting right here with me. And she said, I'm sitting right here and I'm giving you permission. They said, we still don't feel
Returning
comfortable.
visitor.
And then I said,
Returning
okay,
visitor.
don't discuss it with me. I'm going to ask my client or potential client the questions, and then she's going to ask you. And then like all communications broke down. And to this day, which is 4 or 5 days later, they have not called her back. I see, you know, this is a huge problem because what they're doing, if this is what they're doing, if they're having people go and get loans to pay off debt, then they're actually doing a disservice to people because now they're so supposed to be helping people get out of debt, and they're going out there getting them a high interest loan from this company, Liberty Lending, which when I looked at it, it was a personal loan company that was given
Returning
very,
visitor.
very, very, very high interest rates. So I invite your comments on this, and I'll give you an update on what else we get pertaining to this. This is not over with yet, and she's still trying to push forward to get that last account settled. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, What Makes Us Different. I show you how we do our credit repair and our debt settlement assisted debt settlement with no additional fee that we charge for doing that for our clients. If you need your credit reports and scores, please go to the website your3scores.com. If you need my 3 pack of letters, which is my statute of limitations letter for debt collectors that are trying to collect debts that are past the legal statute of limitations to collect, the links are below this video. My cease and desist collection activities letter and my debt validation letter. Those links are below this video here. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you post your comments, ask your questions, and hit the notification bell so you can get notified of new videos that are coming out. Thank you for your time. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and Founder of thecreditrepairshop.com.